We block the impending heavenly tribulation. During this time, Aunt Hua-san advised them to think carefully. The decision is set for tonight at midnight. Don't be late. At midnight, the five immortals from the northeast arrived as promised in the daytime woods. Aunt Hua-san asked if they had made up their minds. He then took out 5 spirit-transforming pills and told them that eating them would allow their souls to transform into their true forms, but it could trigger the heavenly thunder calamity. Are you sure you want to take this risk? Immortal being, we've made up our minds. Anyway, our spirits won't last much longer. That's right. Instead of fading away naturally, it's better to take a gamble. It's just a matter of disappearing for a few days before facing the thunder tribulation. Come, immortal. In that case, I wish you success in overcoming the tribulation. Brothers, when the thunder strikes, we can only take cover separately. I hope that after the thunder, the 5 of us can gather again. After bidding farewell to Aunt Hua, the 5 immortals asked him to keep his distance to avoid being affected by the heavenly thunder. Brothers, let's take action once the immortal is out of sight. Immortal, you must stay away from the thunderstorm. First, take care of yourselves. I hope to see you again tomorrow. At that moment, Mu Zioxi called out to Shanshan and told them not to eat the elixir yet. Humans can transcend tribulations to become immortals, while animals can transform into human forms. The 5 immortals of the Northeast consume elixirs to transform into human forms. The Shannon's precious daughter, Mu Zioxi, helps him evade the thunderbolt calamity. For the first time, the judge Bai Huiju wide open the passage to the underworld. Unexpectedly, the underworld officials took them all to the underworld for questioning. Just now, Wu Zion asked Mu Zioxi what the 2 of them were doing here. Mu Zioxi replied, "You 5 can't do that." Why? I don't mean to underestimate you, but can you withstand the heavenly thunder tribulation? Zio Zai, in fact, our souls can't hold on for long. I kept it from you because I was afraid you would be sad. Anyway, my soul is about to scatter, but luckily Aunt Hua-san gave me this opportunity. It's much better than disappearing without doing anything. Zio Zai, we are extremely grateful for the Mu family's hospitality. Transforming spirits into objects hasn't helped you much and made things look so ugly. If we miraculously succeed in overcoming the tribulation, we will fight alongside you. Hearing this, Ding Shanshan shouted enough. Don't start with the negative talk just yet. You think Zio Zai came here in the middle of the night to listen to you? Yes, you don't have to do this. I have come up with a good way to help you avoid the heavenly thunder tribulation. Hearing this, the 5 immortals almost had a way to evade the heavenly thunder. Mu Zioxi told them that this is obvious. Nothing is absolute, everything is up to human effort. A voice was heard coming from Mu Zioxi's home. This move was thought up by Zio Zai herself. Indeed, this child is quite clever. No wonder Elder Mu has high hopes for this descendant. Yes, but the smarter the child, the more they need correct guidance. Once cleverness backfires, it becomes troublesome. At this moment, Hua Sangu mentioned opening the Ming gate to hide in the underworld to avoid the heavenly thunder. This method is really clever, but can the underworld really let them mess around like this? Didn't Grandma Mu Zioxi say there's a saying? Money can make the devil push the millstone. On the other side, Mu Zioxi held the judge's pen and had already drawn the Mingman's spell. A windless night in the moonlit sky. The living and the dead exchange places. The judge's spirit pen illuminates the gate. Request to see the underworld to collect the yin line. The gate opens wide. The well-drawn Mingman spell now tore open a crack. A figure slowly emerged from the crack. Majestic underworld, vast earthly realm. Living beings avoid. The dead do not return. Once you enter this door, turning back is difficult. Seeing this, Muzaiaxi clasped her hands together. Muzaiaxi, the granddaughter of Yao Yuhang, the 17th generation leader of the underworld, pays her respects to Lord Yin Chai. In the dark halls of the underworld, Lord Buwusi has set his guardians. Dal, you call me. What is your wish? Sir Bai, I have a few mortal friends who would like to visit for a while. After the thunderstorm, I hope you can do me a favor. Did you receive the hardship allowance? After the accomplishment, there is still the Central Constitution. Shut up. What punishment should one face for attempting to bribe the officials of the underworld during the Kishan festival? I will wait here to demand an explanation. Since you want to enter the Ming realm, I will grant your wish. But don't forget that the Mingji is a one-way trip. We'll talk about it later when we get down there. On the other side, Hue Sangu talked to Grandma Muzaiaxi. Master Yao, have you ever thought about it? What if we encounter a stern and incorruptible person? Those ghostly sticks really mean business when it comes to true love. Hue Sangu is overthinking. It seems that you don't quite understand our gate of the underworld. Without complete confidence, I can't let Zio Zai use my judge's pen to open the bright door. Watch this. It's going to thunder over there soon. Yin Kao Dai Fu, Mu Zioxi wondered if they had been pulled to the world of the living. Why are there only the two of us? Where are the 5 immortals and that ghost messenger? How could this happen? Didn't Grandma take care of things? Zio Zai, look over there. Suddenly, a large black flag appeared in front of the two. Several black shadowy figures of the Mingji patrol ghosts appeared next. Yao Ming Jingdi, the motionless arrival. How tragic it is to intrude without permission. Have you heard of a Shenpo? These ghosts can still be seen by a shaman using their powers to glimpse the underworld. Detained here by the underworld's enforcers for punishment. Just now, these ghostly figures spoke to Mu Zioxi and the others. Finally, it's here. If we catch them, we can come back to life. Seeing this situation, the two ran away. The ghost behind relentlessly pursued. The sounds of spirits echoed through the bright realm. Come here, I want to catch them. Kijian ran alongside Shan Shan and asked Mu Zioxi, can we outrun the ghost soldiers? Mu Zioxi replied that we can shake it off. These are not ghost soldiers, but the souls of those who have not yet died. What does it mean? Why are we still in the mortal realm instead of being captured by the ghost soldiers? Grandma used to say, the underworld's enforcers will detain those souls who have violated the rules of crossing over here. Only by capturing those who crossed the threshold without permission can they be revived. So you mustn't let them catch you. At that moment, a voice was heard. You really understand matters of the underworld, as expected from someone from a distinguished family. Dal, this is not a place for you to run wild. Meanwhile, the ghost behind also followed. They kept saying they caught it, they caught it. Guardian, can we return to the human realm now? At this moment, the wall-dwelling spirit officer shouted, get out of here. Hearing this group of spirits, he hurriedly left, murmuring as he walked. Let's hurry and not make the big person angry. It seems like this time it's going to fall through again. If I could return to the living world, I'd rather die than be a shaman. After leaving the haunted house, the ghost officer said to Ding Shanchen and the other person, those are the shamans from the mortal realm, using the afterlife to show their powers. Those who disrupt the natural order of the world will be punished. Fortunately, I returned just in time. If they had caught me, there would have been nothing I could do to help. So that's how it is. Sir, how do you plan to punish us after capturing us? Silly children, why should I punish you? Aren't we caught because we bribed the officials of the underworld? Silly girl. That's just for show. Am I supposed to openly take money to help you dodge disasters? What the adult says is indeed true. The girls need not be surprised. No matter if it's humans or ghosts, they all rely on a talented person. As the saying goes, people travel 1,000 miles to seek power just for food and drink. If being an official doesn't bring wealth, then I won't show up. But those charlatans who attempt to check one's lifespan, no matter how much money is offered, we won't say a word. Lord Bai is too straightforward. Hearing this, Lord Bai chuckled darkly, saying that our officials in the Minji are just like this. Don't play those empty games. If you want to get things done, bring money and be straightforward. No deception. But we cannot violate the principles. Unlike those corrupt officials in the Yangtze, Ming is doing dirty things while pretending to be a saint. It's common to take someone's money and not do the job. Our ghost officials are different. Since I've taken advantage of your benefits, I will definitely handle the matter for you. I believe in you. Can you tell me where the 5 immortals are now? I left the door open for them. Let them eat the elixir and then come down to avoid the thunder. That thing can't be taken to the border to eat. At this moment, Mu Zioxi wondered why it took so long to eat a celestial pill. At the same time, several beams of light descended from the famous family above the civil realm. When it reached a few people, they saw that the 5 immortals had already transformed into spiritual embryos. They are reborn and reshaped in the spiritual womb. It can transform into a human form in urgent situations. Seeing this, Lord Bai said to Muzayakse that there were 5 more spirit immortals among the deists. Is it? I won't take your money for nothing. Thank you for your help. We will repay you generously once our task is accomplished. Allah, you really are a thoughtful girl. I will take you back to the living world. It's not good for you to stay here too long. Let's take another door. Over here it's definitely full of thunder. Stepping out would get you struck. Sir Bai, it is said that the gate of the underworld allows entry but no exit. Is it really okay for us to come and go like this? The iron rule of the border is to allow entry but no exit. No one can destroy it. So I asked you to use another door. Extremely safe and compliant. Lord Bai, thank you. I'm still feeling very uncertain inside. I didn't expect the adults in the Minji community to be so easy to get along with. In fact, we are not as terrifying as the living imagine. Only those with malicious thoughts will fear us. Yes. It would be great if the world of the living were as simple and straightforward as the world of the dead. Muzayakse and her companions felt that everything had been satisfactorily completed, preparing to return to the living world from chasing ghosts. Little did they know that under the yin-yang tree they would encounter a sun-like presence in the realm of humanity. Keitigarpa Bodhisattva, Yao Ming Jiazhu. It is the spokesperson of the Buddhist sect in the underworld. Public virtue has been fully achieved. Should have already attained Buddhahood. But Keitigarpa Bodhisattva once vowed, until hell is empty, a master cannot become a Buddha. All beings are liberated. Feng Zhangpu Tai. So he always resides in the underworld in the form of a bodhisattva. Suiyan Palace. Liberate sentient beings from suffering. A gloomy rain began to fall over the realm of the underworld. That is the spirit transformed from a soul that unexpectedly perished in the mortal realm. Muzayakse was puzzled and unexpectedly lost her life. Aren't all lives accounted for by the underworld's records of life and death? Not entirely. Many things are beyond our management scope. At that moment, Mu Xiaozai asked in confusion what Tian Sha meant. Lord Bai then told him. not part of the Yama's plan in the underworld. Abnormal deaths are all considered a punishment from heaven. For example, natural disasters, war and such. We didn't go to collect souls. However, large-scale deaths in a short period belong to the heavenly curse. I see. I always thought that all deaths were under the control of the underworld. Then Lord Bai said to him again, "The underworld controls the normal deaths of too many beings. All feel somewhat powerless. Why do the ghost soldiers manage those who die unexpectedly? We can only let them chase us here and turn into shadows." Mu Zioxi asked if these souls could be reincarnated. Lord Bai told him that the underworld has no energy to arrange anything, only able to survive or perish on its own here. Let's put it this way. The structure of the underworld and the netherworld is quite similar. Our Fengdu city is like a nation within Yangtze, managing the lives of the souls in the underworld. Punishment and reincarnation after being sentenced to confinement. But outside the city is akin to the public sea of the underworld, in a state of anarchy. That is a jungle of the weak and the strong in the underworld. You are boundless in your existence, referred to as the netherworld. The ghost witch of the netherworld has no principles. Some powerful demon kings were born from mutual devouring. Many ghosts and witches submit to the strong, forming various tribes. Yes, that can be understood this way. The group arrived under the yin-yang tree. Lord Bai told them that they could return to the human realm by passing through the tree hole. Visualize the place you want to reach in your heart. Walking forward, you will reach your destination. Hearing this, Zai said to Lord Bai, "Thank you so much for your help. We're heading back now." "You're welcome. Just send me more money when you get back." Just as the two were about to enter the tree hollow, a dazzling golden light shone behind. The golden light also caught the attention of the two. The light over there was as intense as sunrise, leaving the two in confusion. "Does the underworld have a sun?" "Sun? How could I not have thought of that?" "That's right. That is the sun, our underworld's sun. I respectfully pay my respects to the Kayatigarpa Bodhisattva. How did you end up here?" "Just now, the monk was preaching to the beings in hell, and the souls here spoke loudly. It must be another scene of suffering as the orphans come to check. It turned out to be caused by heavenly thunder. It seems that the celestial beings avoided the lightning, leaving intelligence untouched. Lord Bai, may I ask which celestial being has avoided the heavenly thunder to commit this massacre? Transforming all things into immortality is a change to one's destiny. This action violates the laws of nature, causing the thunder mechanism to be triggered. Natural phenomena caused by the transformation of life through heavenly thunder sacrifice. It inherently lacks emotional thinking and is not manipulated by any deity. The transformer attracts the heavenly thunder to follow closely behind. Nowhere to hide. Only by relying on one's own cultivation can one resist it. The one who can endure. The physical body endures the baptism of heavenly thunder. Successfully transforming into an immortal physical body, life is no longer subject to birth, aging, illness, or death. Conversely, those with insufficient training who cannot withstand it are criticized as scorched earth. The path is completely abandoned. Some opportunists use tricks to bypass obstacles and hide away. In this way, one can skillfully test and safely attain immortality. However, even thunder will scatter and fall when it loses its target. Where lightning strikes, all living things suffer. These lost souls transform into whispers and fall into the underworld. Truly, it can be said that it is a river of palaces and ancient caves. Hearing the adult mention the Bodhisattva, it all stems from my greed for wealth. How can I make amends? Please guide me, Bodhisattva. No, the idea is mine. The responsibility is mine. Bodhisattva, I really didn't expect it to lead to such serious consequences. How can I make amends? Please show me Bodhisattva. This life will never have the chance to be reborn. The poor monk can only pray for their deliverance. The thunder caused by the fusion of the five immortals is 5 times stronger. Innocent lives will continue to be lost. To kill only the 5 immortals can return to the mortal realm and bring the heavenly thunder back to themselves, to allow countless beings to escape suffering. Hearing the Qing Daxian say that since the Bodhisattva has spoken to this extent, let's not pretend to be so virtuous, shall we? Daxian also agreed, saying it's true. Even if we become gods of law this way, it's not honorable. Elder brother lacks ability. Since I brought you out of the mountain, I haven't done a single grand thing. Today, let's boldly face it together. Seeing this, Muzioxi asked, "What are you going to do?" The 5 immortals said we should go up. A righteous tribulation. With your cultivation, it's difficult to withstand the heavenly thunder. Have you thought about getting struck by lightning if you go up? Bodhisattva, we know our own worth, but we truly do not wish for so many innocent beings to die because of us. I seek to save all beings. As for whether or not to become a deity, it no longer matters. Even in death, one must force the dog to accept the strong takeover. I wait foolishly. I didn't expect it would lead to such serious consequences. Thanks to the Bodhisattva's guidance, I was able to pull back from the brink. Bodhisattva, please accept our bow. The 5 immortals spoke in unison. Bodhisattva, please accept our bow. The rain falls and flies upward. At this time, Kayatagarpa Bodhisattva's difficulties could improve Modalian's situation. Willing to give up the attained Dharma body to avoid harming the innocent, heading towards death. Having such responsibility is a commendable trait. Meanwhile, Muzioxi said with tears in her eyes, "You did the right thing. You must hold on. I'm waiting for you to come back." The soul rain stopped during the feast. At this moment, Ding Shanshan and the other person were already in tears. Meanwhile, Ksitagarpa Bodhisattva recited the Night of Extinction mantra. Anlayu Mulintining Sapyu. What a powerful force! A warm feeling. Bodhisattva, what do you want? I see. Bodhisattva's compassion. Ksitagarpa Bodhisattva used his mantra of extinguishing to eliminate Muzioxi, the bloodshed caused by Bai Wuxi and the 5 immortals due to their lack of foresight. It also helped to guide the souls of those innocent animals struck by heavenly lightning to the afterlife. Those with shallow cultivation, like the 5 immortals, are powerless against the heavenly thunder. What will their ending be? The 5 immortals from northeast China have successfully transcended and united with the Buddhist path. The General Zilin, who was shot dead by Liu Gonggong with a soul crossbow. At this moment, it also reappears in the mortal realm and becomes an earth immortal. Just now, Muzioxi's grandmother said, "Thank heavens, you finally woke up." Is it difficult to bear? Hearing Muzioxi say it's not painful. And I also feel particularly relaxed. Zio Zai Durais, my left eye has returned to normal. So you're saying that the little bit of General Zilin's soul left has been completely exhausted by me. There's no need to ask. It must be that they've entered the underworld and can't return. General Zilin is completely finished, and so is Wuxin. It's all my fault for suggesting such a bad idea. Not only did it not help, but it also caused the death of so many innocent lives. I only have good intentions. But why do things always end up going wrong? Zio Zai, don't be too hard on yourself. Everything has 2 sides. Many times, what seems like a bad moment may actually be a turning point. Grandma, stop comforting me. All are dead, and the souls are gone. There is no room for improvement. I originally wanted to take the general's soul fragments to explore this era. The outcome of speculation fell short by 18 meters. Not only did the five immortals fail to evade the heavenly thunder tribulation, but they also lost the general. It has also killed so many lives in the wild. I really shouldn't have tried to be clever and go to the underworld. At that moment, a voice came from behind Muzayakse. But if it weren't for your suggestion, we won't have the luck to meet Kayatagarpa Bodhisattva. Hearing the little stream say what seeing the Bodhisattva could do, it's still just causing trouble for others. Meanwhile, the sound of that person speaking was heard again. That's not it either. The benefits of seeing the Bodhisattva are truly incredible. Hearing the little creak say, all right, you are all correct. But I want to be alone for a while now. At that moment, the person said, I'll go out first. Muzayakse replied, thank you. The voice of the person at the table caught Muzayakse's attention. She looked around, unsure if it was really happening. This is impossible. Finished. I must be so sad that I'm having a nervous breakdown and experiencing hallucinations. Little stream, shall we go to the hospital for a check-up? Hearing this, Muzayakse nodded in agreement. I really don't want to go crazy. Little stream, your grandmother was just teasing you. That's right. It's not that you changed things. We can all see and hear it. At this moment, I heard that person speaking and said, oh, the stream. It doesn't seem appropriate to read aloud in front of an old friend, right? Little stream, it's nice to see you again. It's true. General, I really didn't expect to see you again. How did you survive? I owe it all to you for bringing me to meet Kayatagarpa Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva restored my fractured soul and granted me this Dharma body. Now I am also the first to score a point. Hearing this, Muzayakse said, that's great. Heroes like you deserve to be enshrined as deities. Little stream, there are friends waiting for you in that room. There are friends in the house too. Oh my goodness, it's you. What's going on with you? My goodness, am I not dreaming? Well said, well said. The matters of the world are like a dream, like an illusion. Is it real or fake? What is true is also false. Little stream, we are back. Just come back. Congratulations on overcoming the thunder tribulation and finally becoming immortals. Not at all. To be precise, the five immortals belong to the realm of nirvana and rebirth. They encountered the Bodhisattva before the thunder, awakening to profound enlightenment, giving up on the thought of becoming an immortal, faced the thunder with a compassionate heart for all beings. The compassion triggered the heart mantra blessing of Kayatagarpa Bodhisattva, plus the effects of the Guling Dan. Several effects combined unexpectedly produced a nirvana effect. That's right. Now our brother Wu has completely transformed and returned to the Buddhist path. Oh my! This is truly a wonderful event. I'm so happy for you all. General Zillin's rebirth. Five immortals nirvana. It truly is a double joy. That's right. We must celebrate. I want to drink to my heart's content with General Zillin. Hearing this, General Zillin laughed heartily. Then I will willingly risk my life to accompany you, noble one. All right. Today, let's have a good laugh. I'm going to cook. We both assisted. The fragrant smoke rises from the kitchen. A joyful dinner is about to begin. Just as Muzayakse and the others were about to start, two heavyweight figures are also making their way here. The family head of the Foxberry clan, Husan Taiyi and Husan Tainai, appeared in the farmhouse. Your esteemed presence must indicate something important. Grandma Muzayakse has already prepared a large table of dishes. Aunt Hue-san looked at the delicious food on the table and said, "Braised pork knuckle, fat but not greasy." Beneath her soft and fragile surface, a strong and proud spirit still stands tall. It feels like a warrior who would rather die than surrender. You can conquer her appearance, but you cannot break her spirit. Gubangzai smoked chicken. Local specialties are flavorful to a third degree, though the colorful battle robes have faded. But she still did not lower her proud head. The crown still sits high atop the head. Her soul still sings out loud. Intertwined carp, endless aftertaste. The baptism of fire and oil could not make her close her eyes. The original fur seemed to be telling a story of resistance. Tender meat hides sharp thorns, attempting a final counterattack. Candid sweet potatoes, a faint sweet fragrance. This subtle sweetness arises from the perfect combination of sugar and harmony. Those countless threads of concern resemble sweet love. Deep-fried meatballs, crispy and delicious, rolling through the oil pot, experiencing tribulations, refining soft fragments into an unbreakable spirit. Beneath the facade of collapse lies a tenderness that has been sublimated. She has become strong, but did not forget the soft. Sliced sausage, fragrant petals. Abandoning the original straightforwardness, the transformation becomes a myriad of achievements. It seems that only a blade can change Zhang Yang's character. Bumbling egg, pure and fragrant. Boiling water hired a chaotic soul. Retreat from hardness to reveal the heart. Ultimately shining brightly like the sun. Scallion tofu salad, clear and straightforward. Pure white, tender green, plain and unadorned. A strong scent represents a spicy personality. Softness and colorlessness represent a gentle and pure heart. Pass through youth with purity and integrity. Genja and care, decoding refreshment. It seemed to be unfolding before me like the richness of the earth. The colors of nature collide to reveal the mysteries of heaven and earth. Hearing this, Muzayaxi's grandmother laughed heartily, saying, "No wonder it's the palace's royal cat. Such a few common farmhouse dishes can evoke such insights." It was probably after the change of dynasty. Too many thoughts remain in my heart. Master Yao's culinary skills are superb, rivaling those of the palace chefs. Yao Zhanmen, the common people's lives are hard. Your lavish hospitality makes it hard for me to bear, my lord. General, there's nothing to it. This is how we usually eat when we gather together. Today is a bit rushed. I didn't prepare much. Otherwise it could have been better. I see. I never expected that Zai's family was so well off. The food quality at the royal manor has really improved. Common folks being able to enjoy a banquet meal is already quite good. General, that was in the past. Now our country's issue of basic needs is no longer a problem. It's normal for less affluent families to make improvements to their lives from time to time. Oh my gosh! Who is this remarkable person that has made the common people so prosperous? It seems that the Qing dynasty indeed should yield the throne and state to those capable. At this moment, Wuxian mentioned that the world has changed drastically for the general. You and I both will be reborn. I wonder what the general plans to do in the future. In my lifetime as a soldier, I still don't know how to lead. I want to stay by Zai's side. What about the five of you? At this moment, the fox spirit said that the five of us naturally had to stay by Zai's side. Now I can finally be a proper Hufa Zion. And us. I will continue to fight alongside Zai. From now on, we will all be a team. Isn't that right, Aunt Hue-san? At that moment, Hue-sangu was eating fish heartily. Correct. Aunt Hue-san, can't you be a little more reserved? After all, We are fish cats, too. You have great mastery here." Seeing this made everyone burst into laughter. Zai Street Muzai bought wine and said, "You must be worried waiting." At that moment Grandma Muzai said, "Isn't that right? Why is it taking so long to get the wine you bought? Did you go to the winery?" Yuliu Muzai also echoed the deist. "Brother, why did you just come back?" "I just ran into someone on the road, didn't I? Look who has arrived." Xingtian, there's progress on your return." "Yes." Not only did they have a glimpse, I brought a big surprise to the Donkey Mountain." "What a surprise?" "Is it that Husantai and Husantai are willing to stand on our side?" "No, they won't help either side. They said, 'This is celestial art. They can only uphold the will of heaven.'" "Tianshu, what kind of celestial technique? What is the fate they are trying to uphold? Is it beneficial for our family? It depends on how to choose who benefits. Regarding the heavenly arts and the heavenly way, let them explain themselves. Sandu, do you mean we have to go to a place called Donkey Mountain to ask the two masters in person?" "I need to ask you in person. But there's no need to make it so complicated. Didn't I say there would be a surprise? That means you two have graced us with your presence. Husan Taiyi and Husan Tainai are not only the leaders of the Fox Fairy family, still the leader of the immortals in the northeastern region beyond Shahaguan. All celestial beings can be responsible for maintaining order. Known as one of the three giants of Northeast Earth, immortals alongside the Black Old Lady of Taishishan. Today, these two have personally come here. There must be something significant happening. The underground heir, Azenjioro, regains the throne and reclaims imperial power. Send the 7 sages of Heishui from Northeast to seize the dragon mouse from Shanhaiguan prison. What is going on? Just now, the voice of Muzai grandmother was heard. Xingtian is the same. It would have been nice if you had informed us of your arrival. We should also prepare a similar reception. Master Yao is being polite. We also have no intention to disturb. There's just one thing I need to tell you. Just say it and leave. It must be something significant for both of you to handle it personally. Just let us know what we need to do." "Good." Master Yao speaks quickly and directly. "Then I'll get straight to the point. We, as a couple, have come for the matter of creating the dragon rat." "I see. No wonder, then. It is said that this item has caused chaos in the martial world. I wonder what you both mean. The Xiaolong mouse is a treasure of the world, and its appearance always brings forth great heroes. The world today is peaceful and prosperous. It should not be interfered with. We in the celestial realm need someone. Assist us in managing the multitude of immortals. The fairy realm of northeast China. Haven't you two and the old lady in black always been in charge? You three have boundless magical powers. We still need someone to help manage. Hey, in this land of white mountains and black waters, crouching tigers and hidden dragons. The creatures are fierce in temperament and varied in nature. We, as a couple, received the favor of the King Emperor in Chifin, managed the Northeast immortal realm for hundreds of years. Shendan clan chief's office management, no longer suitable for the ever-increasing variety of celestial beings. Therefore, we decided to use this plan to create a dragon rat in reality, establish a formal nation in our celestial family's world. Hearing this, everyone spoke in unison. What? Establishing a nation? At that moment, Husantai also said, "Yes, establish a systematic Fairyland kingdom, imitating the human world. Establish Jiaqing County from top to bottom and formulate laws. Now immortals are everywhere, possessing people's bodies, leading to the proliferation of the Mauziner. Countless people deceive others for money. My husband and I cannot attend to everything. So the two masters plan to establish a formal system for regulation. I see. It is indeed a good idea. Since both of you are here in person, we will definitely support you. But we don't know what we need to do. At this moment, Hu Santai also said, we must establish our nation. Necessary location. Only those who possess the dragon tree's blessing can be established as the first monarch. So it must not be known to the bad people. And in the conflicts of the mortal world, we intervene directly, for there is cosmic retribution. So we can only create fair competition conditions for the heroes. The Mu family holds a significant position in both the human and immortal realms. I hope you can help the virtuous to gain knowledge. Santai Yi, I have a question I would like to ask in person. I hope you will forgive me if I have offended you. You two are the leaders of all the immortals. Why not establish oneself as an emperor instead of seeking others? The path has been praised in error. As the saying goes, the mountain does not speak of its own height. Water speaks not, yet is deep. A person does not boast about their own achievements. If one were to declare oneself an emperor, aren't we just scheming for power by doing this? Little did they know that there was also a black old lady at the Nine Cauldrons Iron Sand Mountain. The little guy is too inexperienced to understand the ways of the world. Hearing this, Muzioxi asked, may I ask, great immortal, do you two already have someone in mind for the emperor? Not at all. The true dragon son is chosen by heaven. Since we are chosen by the heavens, we will not lean towards anyone. However, every time the chosen dragon is not just one person, but rather to select multiple candidates and let them compete. We only uphold the rules. In the end, who can stand out will be left to fate. All right. I won't disturb you any further since everything has been said. I hope everyone can help me, the Northeast Immortal, to find Mingju. After achieving success, he received an official position in the Immortal Kingdom. The crowd respectfully sent off the two immortals. At that moment, Grandma Mu Zioxi mentioned the Immortal Master, Elder Mu, and the Imperial resistance against the reform. Old Master Husan's grandmother said this, clearly suggesting that we stand with the underground palace's little emperor. There's nothing wrong with this, right? Haven't you always complained that our family is getting more and more impoverished? Let's take this opportunity to become immortal officials. Isn't ruling a celestial realm just a way to strengthen power in the Great War? Pio only saw the benefits, didn't see the possible contradictions hidden within. The power dynamics of the Northeast underworld are intricate and complex. They are doing this. What is the attitude of the other factions? Especially the black old lady of Jiding Taishan Mountain. This great immortal's true form is a black spirit fox. During the Changzhen era, assisted the founding master of Northeast Taoism, Guo Shuzhen, founded Northeast Taoism. Regarded by Taoism as the supreme guardian deity of Northeast China, his power is unfathomable. His attitude is crucial. Grandma isn't Dad at Taisha Mountain. Let him ask about their stance over there. This isn't a bad thing either. I don't think Daxian would object. Hearing Grandma Mu Zioxi say this. I hope so. As people get older, they tend to have more worries. Let's not talk about that today since it's rare to be happy. Let's drink. Jupiter's sky agrees indeed. We won't go wrong listening to old Lady Mu. That night, everyone was chatting happily. To this point, Mu Zioxi finally had 6 fixed guardian immortals. in addition to the joy of receiving the 6 guardian immortals. Mu Zaiaxi seemed to have developed another kind of expectation in her heart. Amid the joyous laughter at the table, Hua Sangu surprisingly got drunk. Meanwhile, inside the underground palace, the situation has become increasingly clear. Eunuch Liu's persistent guidance and encouragement to the emperor. He began to pick himself up. The little emperor's inner spirit ignited with determination. Decide to reclaim the imperial power. Using dragon-making techniques can not only measure the wind but also manipulate it. At that time, eliminate the regent king and demote him to a busy position. The Empress Dowager will be easy to deal with. A voice echoed from the underground palace. The special mission Blackwater 7 sages serve as the advance team. Go to Shenhaiguan and closely monitor the whereabouts of the dragon-making technique. Suddenly realized and immediately took back. The scheming tiger mother gladly accepted the task, leading the 7 worthies of Blackwater through a secret path directly to Shenhaiguan. At this moment, a voice was heard coming from Qingyu Palace. "Your Majesty, the Empress." The Emperor sent the 7 sages of Blackwater to Shanhai Pass to seize the dragon-making technique. The Emperor finally focused on important matters. Congratulations! However, according to the reconnaissance report, the matter concerning the Sand Shah is not easy to deal with those guys from the Jai Luo Gai gang. You go to the regent and pick some helpers. Personally lead the team to Shenhaiguan and take back the dragon-making technique. The servant receives the decree. However, the Empress Dowager, after mastering the dragon-making technique, should it be presented directly to the Emperor or, at this moment, King Yu mentioned me to Supervisor Yu. You can't possibly not understand this little thing, right? That Mu family girl won't die in a day. The Emperor cannot hold power for even a day. Check to see why General Wu, who was sent to assassinate Mu Zaiaxi, hasn't reported back yet. Understood. This servant will take care of it right away. Empress Dowager, the servant takes his leave. Go ahead. With your strength, I won't say much more. We must get the dragon crafting technique before the 7 sages of the Blackwater do. Just as the Grand Chief was about to leave the underground palace, a guard behind him spoke. Grand Steward, it's best to leave yourself an escape route when doing things. Wan Sansi. Hearing this, the chief steward replied, "Thank you, Chief Guardian. The old servant only knows that Emperor Zio does not have so many thoughts. Fireworks. There are times you regret." Meanwhile, Wan Lai Hong has completed the transaction with the Chai Lion Guwang and regained his youth. He was also brought to Shenhaiguan by Hong and Elder Gaibang. In Gaibang Fenduo, the once feared officer known as 3 Kills at Shanghai Pass has gathered again. The white-haired boy in front of me turned out to be a descendant of Zhu Yuanzhang. At that time, the legendary sergeant of Shenhaiguan struck fear into all with his 3 kills. He was to be made the emperor of the spirit realm. A voice from the Gai Bang Mountain and Sea Pass spoke. Generous. Just a glance. I just want to take a look. At this moment, the elders of the Gai Bang rejected his request. Why must the elders be so stubborn? Satisfy my curiosity. When I was a child, adults always used their stories to scare me. 3 kills specifically target disobedient children. Since it's rare for all 3 of you to be here with me, let me take a glance. Just let me sneak a peek inside. Just don't tell the leader. I'll treat you to drinks next time as a favor. Yu Luo saw Qin Fei Peng take a few steps back. At this moment, Elder Lu said, "I'm sorry, Qin Duo Zhu. I don't want to say a second time. You'd better not take the leader's words lightly." Hearing this, Qin Fei Peng said, "If you don't want me to look, then forget it. What do you remember?" Can't I just leave? Why hurt our harmony over such a trivial matter? Really, I said, Elder Lu, isn't that a bit too much, considering they are doing it for multiple people? Elder Lu said that he had already been quite polite. Did you see that he doesn't take the leer seriously at all? In the secret chamber of the other branch, Hai Lai Hung looked at Guan Lai Hung in front of her. San Mei, you betrayed us and sided with the dragonfly. Eldest sister not only didn't kill you, but also helped you regain your youth. Do you know why? I certainly know. Eldest sister needs a spirit doll to exchange for tree magic. Don't worry, I will cooperate fully. At that moment, Shan Lai Hong turned to Guan Lai Hong and spoke. San Mei, if you can make amends for your mistakes, I can set aside past grievances. We are still good sisters. Yu Liyuoshan handed the cane in his hand to Guan Liham. Meanwhile, applause echoed through the secret room. It's a joyful occasion for the sisters to reunite. Sister, after we extracted the dragon creation technique, should we establish this Zhu Bangju as the emperor of the spirit realm? Zhu Bangju is a descendant of the Ming royal family. He still possesses the power of the true dragon, making him the best candidate for the dragon creation technique. Senior, don't worry. After the matter is settled, I will definitely eliminate King Yu to avenge you. All right. I have endured humiliation and carried heavy burdens in the palace for over 100 years. The descendant of the true dragon of the Ming dynasty strikes. Our sisterly revenge finally has hope. Back then, King Yu deceived me, saying that eldest sister and second sister had been executed. Submit to me, and you will live. I just pretended to surrender to the king. I plan to find an opportunity to kill her. It's a pity that I'm not capable enough. Then we will rely on the leader, not the emperor. Senior, please don't say that. I'm not interested in being emperor. I just want to use the dragon creation technique to lift the restrictions on the true dragon power within me. Then you can use it freely. Eliminate all the descendants of the Azan Jioro clan. On the other side, at the Haitian temple in Shenhaguan, Qin Feipeng was speaking to someone on the phone. I called you from the Sea God Temple using a VPN. No one is watching. I'm not saying I won't help you, old classmate. I truly have no way out. Let's not talk about the leader for now. The four great elders are incredibly formidable. I thought that after helping them all the way, I should at least get some respect. I can help you check the situation. Who knew that as soon as they got close, they would be kicked by Elder Lu? But I heard them mumbling about creating some kind of technique here. The person on the other end of the phone said that was called dragon crafting. Can you find out when and where they are meeting for me? Just as Qin Feipeng said, can you spare me if I were to? Then there was no more. At the table, Qin Feipeng was sweating profusely and couldn't say a word. At that moment, what appeared before him was the black water deadline. At that moment, the phone he was holding also fell to the ground. The person on the other end of the phone asked urgently, "What happened to Fei Peng?" At that moment, the tighter mother crushed the phone that was in use. On the other end of the phone, Mu Yueshan said it wasn't good. Something happened. We need to hurry down the mountain to save them. Fei Peng is hundreds of kilometers away from Taishan Mountain near the Haitian temple in Shenhaguan. It is precisely the sky-splitting mouse of the shamanic sword. At this moment, the imposing General Mang is still unaware at Shenhaguan. You will meet the person he first encountered again. The powerful General Mang never expected to fall at the hands of a woman. The story continues from the last time. At this moment, the sheep's mouth spewed out white threads. Wrap Qin Fei Peng tightly. At this moment, Qin Fei Peng said, "Who are you and what do you want?" Hearing this, the bear asked, "You are Qin Dazhu, right? Don't be afraid. We mean no harm. I just want to make a deal with you. The big Mac also chimed in, saying not to worry. You won't lose out by trading with us. We have principles when we relax and do things during the Blackwater period. The random little bunny also said, yeah, if you are willing to cooperate, we can also help you with something. What if they refuse to cooperate? I can only give you a bit of the spirit powder to make you obedient. If that's the case, Lingfen will break your ecology, and then you'll only be able to be a mute. How is Kindu doing? Are you telling us the exchange conditions, or do we often need the goosey's spirit powder? If I agree, you really can fulfill one of my requests. Correct? As long as we can do it. All right, go ahead. What do you need me to help you with? Hearing the tiger mother say, at least you know what's good for you. Help us find out where the Zheolong tree is located. How can it be taken? The master of the West Room, Kindu, remained silent for a long time. At this moment, the tiger mother said again, what's wrong? Are you feeling troubled? I only need you to provide the information, not to fetch it. Meanwhile, the macaque said, boss, who is behind you? In the west, a golden saber is slicing through the sky. At this moment, the tiger mother also reacted. Quickly dodged the big knife. With a leap, they quickly dodged to the side, their skills impressive. The space broken open by a large blade appeared in the west room. Mu Yueshan and General Mang's figures. At this moment, Mu Yueshan slowly walked down to the ground. General Meng followed closely behind. At this moment, two more figures appeared at the sea god temple. At that moment, Mu Yueshan said, I thought it was members of the beggar's sect. I never expected it would be the seven of you. What's going on? Why are you running to catch him? At this moment, everyone fell silent and said nothing. Seeing this, Mu Yueshan asked, what is going on here? Why is everyone silent? That kid is my friend. Just say how he offended the seven. Let's not beat around the bush. We're all from northeast China. Fei Pen, why did you become brave? What did they do to you? I'm fine. They just wanted to make a deal with me, not hurt me. But you, Tian, don't worry about me for now. Quickly turn around and take a look at your reckless General Mang. When Mu Yueshan turned around to look, he exclaimed, wow, what are you all doing? General, are you okay? At this moment, the tiger mother gripped General Mang's head and said, Stinky long bug, are you running away? Do you believe I can choke you at your weakest point? During the banquet, General Mang was completely overpowered by the tiger matron with no ability to retaliate. Seeing this, Mu Yueshan said, hey, what's going on between General Mang and your boss? Who can go and persuade? They are all prominent figures. Cheng he tai tong. Can't you understand this, kid? It is. It's not good for others to meddle in a couple's quarrel. I can't believe how deeply it's hidden. General, you really are something. You two take your time. I won't disturb you. Give me a place. You're welcome. During the banquet, Mu Yueshan lit a cigarette and asked Xingzaizi, since General Meng and Mama Tiger are a couple, then we are on the same page. Hearing the bear say, of course, we're family. Then Mu Yueshan said, in that case, please let my friend go first. Let's discuss and handle this together. Hearing this, the goat agreed. Before long, the white threads on Qin Fei Peng's body slowly began to fade away. He then said, after all the commotion, it was all our own people. Then I'll speak frankly. Only those 3 witches can bring forth the dragon-making technique that you all care about. Now the 3 demon heads have gathered. It looks like the leader might act soon. Hehe. We must not let that little white-haired one succeed. We must go immediately to disrupt his plans. Fei Peng, tell me their location. Then find a place to hide. Just ensure your own safety and don't worry about anything else. The beggars' sect has always prided itself on serving the powerful and overcoming difficulties, however secretly waiting for those heinous acts. Now I still want to use the dragon building technique, although I don't know what that white-haired person aims to achieve with the dragon creation technique. But one thing is certain. With his character, he would never do anything good. Last time at Chulon Ridge, it was clear that Guy's strength was unfathomable, plus the 3 demons and the 4 great elders. It's quite tricky. Everyone, I see you are also here for the dragon-making technique, right? Let's join forces to deal with the beggars' sect. How about seizing the opportunity to grab it? Hearing the other 6 wise men say it sounds good. Let's do it this way. The old tiger mother in the west room and General Meng also stopped their roughhousing. How can a eunuch have such abilities? To think that the leader of the beggars' sect possessing the power of the true dragon could be stumped. What is going on? In the Hebe branch of the beggars' sect, Elder Lu's voice could be heard. It seems that today we have encountered a formidable opponent. However, it's not that easy to break in. This is what Elder Zai said. Elder Lu, your split golden crab shell is indeed impressive, but it won't work against this spineless fellow. Step aside and let Zhu Gong deal with this monster. He walked up to the monster and said, "Hello, dare to tell me what kind of monster you are? Who sent you here? Speak up, and perhaps I can spare your life." "Huh? Can't you talk? Could it be that a big steamed bun has come to life?" As soon as the voice fell, the spherical monster made a faint sound and began to fade away. Seeing this, Elder Zhu silently thought, "How fast!" He leaped aside to evade the monster's attack. Elder Lu's attacks were all bounced back at him by the meatball. I cannot repeat the same mistakes. Since it's based on flexibility, let's make use of that. At the same time, the monster lunged towards Elder Zhu. Seeing this, Elder Zhu kicked the monster. Immediately used the magic essence meteor hand. It was caught on the monster's ear. Suddenly, another kick landed on him. Zhu Changlau's hand kept stretching longer and longer. "Behave!" The strong pull, "Take that, monster!" His rebound force stretched both himself and my magic essence to a great intensity. The combined forces will create a tremendous impact when they bounce back together. I'll use this momentum to show you my strength. Meanwhile, the meatball bounced back. Seeing this, Elder Zhu quickly used the 7-blade technique. Just hit the bouncing meatball back. This strike indeed hit the target. During this time, Elder Zhu steadily landed on the ground. Hey! Elder Zhu's move was beautiful. The left hand hooked the opponent, then kicked hard to intentionally bounce away. Using force to launch the magic essence, 7 blades pierced the target. Yeah, just like the monsters, they harm others by rebounding. In the end, it was used by Elder Zhu instead. Look, this thing seems to be disappearing. Meanwhile, Elder Zhu watched as the dissipating monster sighed. What thing, once penetrated, cannot survive? But what exactly has this turned into? Forget it, it's not important. Elder Zhu told everyone that monsters do not appear for no reason. I suspect it has to do with us wanting to move the dragon tree. Hearing the Elder of the Road speak, he was wrong. This should be a test. The real challenge is still ahead. This matter is serious. You all stay here while I report to the leader. At this moment, Elder Mayo outside the door mentioned that the 3 killers were preparing. As soon as it gets light, we can use the dragon tree together. So tonight, there must be no mistakes. Hearing this, Elder Zhu agreed. The leader ordered absolute confidentiality. No one else is allowed to linger nearby except for the 4 of us. The local helmsman has offended Elder Lu again. Now there isn't even a lookout. The free killers are performing their rituals inside. Do not disturb. If a strong enemy comes again, it won't be good for us. What are you afraid of? Isn't our leader inside? With him as a witness, nothing will go wrong." Just as he finished speaking, there was a loud bang. Suddenly, Elder Lu's figure flew out of the room. "Elder Lu, what happened to you? What exactly happened inside?" At this moment, Elder Lu trembled and said, "Hurry, save the leader." At the same time, a shadow appeared at the door, and he said, "Bebes, immediately tell us about the location of the 3 killings and the dragon tree. Otherwise, we will crush your leader's skull immediately. I count dozens of numbers. If you don't speak, I'll take action immediately. 2, 3, 4. At this moment, a figure was also standing on the eaves of the house. The figure was Muyueshin, who spoke to the person behind him. "Guys, it seems someone has forced us to arrive first." The little leader had his head torn off by the chief eunuch. This caused Lu Fa, one of the 4 elders of the Gai gang, to completely turn dark. Just now, Elder Lu said to the young leader, "Leader, help the leader out a bit. Preserving life is the priority. Hurry, tell him. As long as the Green Mountains remain, there's no need to fear the firewood burning out." Hearing this, Elder Zhu also agreed, "Yes, leader. Only by living can one have everything. Hurry up and speak. We beggars care most about our pride. Tell him." Seeing the little leader hesitating to speak, the chief steward said, "Still not speaking, huh? What a tough guy. All right, we'll find it ourselves." Yu Luo then tore the little leader's head off his body. Seeing this, Elder Lu shouted, "Help, master! Why don't you use the power of the true dragon?" Meanwhile, the wooden moon mirror on the eaves exchanged words. This easily dealt with the white-haired one. "Who is this fat pig?" At this moment, the tiger mother told him that this was Grand Eunuch Yu from the imperial court. "But how did he come?" "Either. Is an old eunuch really that powerful?" The white-haired one was so powerful that he had no strength to resist in front of him. It seems that the strength of the lower palace is beyond our imagination. But I always feel something is off. Meanwhile, at the foot of Jimen Mountain, Shan Lai Hong said to the little leader, "The mountain ahead, is it, little boss?" Hearing the young leader say, "So you hid the dragon building tree here." "Little boss, we need to go in and get something. I must use all my strength." "So, understood. When the time comes, just release my substitute spirit doll. Anyway, we have safely arrived at our destination." Yu Luo, the little leader, leaped into the air and flew towards the location of the hidden dragon tree. Seeing this, Shan Li Hong wanted to follow, but was stopped by Guan Li Hong. At that moment, Hong in the mountains asked in confusion what was wrong. Guan Li Hong said, "You have decided to use the Xiaolong tree on him." Hearing the mountain red say, "Third sister, speak frankly." Then Guo Hong said that this young leader shares the power of the dragon tree with Elder Luo. Let them stay there and be completely devoted, knowing that strong enemies are sure to come. But let me use the spirit puppet tree as a substitute, elders. He secretly came to take something. It is evident that this person is ruthless and will stop at nothing to achieve their goals. After the matter is settled, will he be able to pay Yan to get rid of King Yu for us? Throughout history, who has achieved great things without this? Only such a person can become a dragon among men. It's not easy to encounter someone like this. I must help him. Because only by consuming the dragon among men can one ascend to sainthood. Isn't it better to take revenge with your own hands? On the other side, Elder Lu saw the young leader's head being severed and sent a message to the chief steward. Shouting in the mouth, "Old eunuch, I'll fight you to the end." Hearing the chief steward mention the death of your leader. Why bother when those few immediately ran for their lives? We never intended to kill you. Forget it. I won't hold it against you given your loyalty. Our family has no intention to entertain further submissions. May the spirit of the leader rest in peace. I'll come find you after I take my revenge. Fat pig, you know that with your skills you are not his opponent. But we need to talk about the life and death path. Unmatched. Yuo saw him raise the broken bamboo stick high. This move is called Blood Blade Slash. Suddenly, he said, hatred floods my heart. Transform into the sword of pursuit. To resolve the hatred in my heart. Draw the sword and slay the enemy. The white-haired youth has been training in the cave for countless years. As soon as it emerged from the cave, it soared like a dragon, stirring up the wind. The elder of the beggars' sect bowed his head in submission. He was placed in the position of the leader. 3 years ago, Elder Lu strongly opposed the gang leader's trafficking. The organs of the deceased followers were seen as thorns in his eyes. The leader tricked Elder Lu into the deep mountains with the intent to kill him. The old man couldn't match the two in combat. Life was hanging by a thread. The sound of fighting startled the white-haired youth who was meditating in the cave. The young boy pushed aside the boulder and walked out of the cave. Like a dragon emerging from its cave, it charged out in an instant. The white-haired youth transformed into a golden dragon and roared past. The golden dragon glided by. The leader didn't even figure out what happened before he met his demise. The golden dragon landed and transformed back into the white-haired youth. Elder Lu expresses his gratitude for the life-saving help. Inquire about the benefactor's life and origins. The young man only remembers he is from the Ming royal family. The king's soldiers might have been hidden here for many years. Elder Lu didn't know why either. Upon seeing this youthful ancient figure, my heart felt. There was an inexplicable feeling of irresistible submission. Elder Lu's strong support, with the absolute power of this mysterious youth added in. He became the new leader of the beggars' sect. Having the beggars' sect means having all the news in the martial world. The young leader quickly found a way to unlock the power of the true dragon. Xiao Longshu, the power of the true dragon is unmatched. Only those of royal blood can practice. Once he transforms into a dragon, he becomes invincible in the world. The power within sustains eternal youth and immortality. Lai Fa's external 3-time dragon arm. At this moment, Elder Lu said to the young leader that I have only used it once. The leader used the skirt-weight needle again. Help, master. Before performing the dragon creation technique, you must restrain yourself. Hearing the little leader ask, "What should I do if I'm in danger?" Elder Lu said, "I'm here." At this moment, Elder Lu is truly risking his life to protect the young leader. He also has a deadly move that can defeat anyone with a single touch, even if it can only be used once. Help, master. How could you? Count me in. Mistaken identity. As soon as Elder Lu closed his eyes, Mu Yueshen's voice was heard. Elder Lu, go with peace. Although you are my enemy, but I still admire you. Safe travels. If you hadn't plotted against my daughter, we could have been good friends by now. I won't just watch you die here. At least, I won't let you die like this. Mu Yueshen looked at a Hutong and said, as expected, "This guy has been cultivating secret techniques in the underground palace for 100 years. You can't be killed so easily." However, after being split in half unexpectedly. Incredible. 7 sages. Have you been in the underground palace long enough to know what kind of dark arts this guy is practicing? Hearing the old tiger mother say, This is ability cultivated in a dark, damp underground environment that allows the body to regenerate. The imperial dragon palace, regarded as a treasure by the grand eunuchs throughout the ages. At that moment, the words of the chief steward came to mind, as expected from the hands of the seven sages, indeed knowledgeable and experienced. And I, however, there is something unclear in our family that we need to ask in person. Why should I, Qing, join forces with the Mu family in rebellion? The other chief steward chuckled upon hearing this. Qing has long been gone, yet hoping for loyalty from anyone. Accept reality and stop being stubborn. Upon hearing this, the chief steward shouted, outrageous. How dare you speak such rebellious words? Their crimes deserve punishment. When the punishment begins, meanwhile, Mu Yu Tian said to the tiger mother, Dai Long Palace. Is the so-called Emperor Dragon what we commonly refer to? Hearing this, the tiger mother said it's true. Delong is his important name. People usually call him Earthworm. Two earthworms. The Grand Manager, criticized by Elder Lu as being split in two. Just like the earthworm, it has also regenerated two more. This guy is very strong. Just one of him is quite tricky. Now it has become two that are harder to deal with. Fortunately, these two chief managers seem to lean towards the north. The handsome guy in front of me turned out to be a giant python in disguise, and the tiger mother with the black water gas string in her hand. He and his wife had only seen him have a few incidents over the years. At that moment, the two chief stewards is slowly being drawn into the mouth of General Meng. Unwilling to be devoured, this grand manager. I want to use the Imperial Dragon Palace to drill underground. Seeing this, General Meng said, You can actually resist my pull. Your skills are not weak. But it was only a momentary resistance. Unfortunately, we are no match for General Meng's two chief commanders. Slowly lifted from the ground into the air. Oh, these two fat pigs are doomed. The general will surely gain great power by devouring them. Well, what the hell is that? Suddenly, a shadowy figure was approaching General Meng. Seeing this, Mu Yutan shouted, General, be careful. There's something. Meanwhile, one of the chief ministers has already been swallowed by General Meng. Swallowed it down. The other one was swept away by that thing. At this moment, General Meng could only stare blankly. Who dares to take food from this general's mouth? I want to see which bold figure dares to do this. At that moment, the tiger mother shouted, Tian Jiao, don't chase any more. Don't worry about him. Hurry down. Do you not understand what I'm saying? Hurry up. Hearing the General Meng speak. What do you mean by calling me a tigress? Usually 7 are unyielding, 8 are indistinct, and 120 are unequivocal. Now I see someone snatching food right by my side, and you won't let me chase after them. Where did that powerful family who could kill 7 and stab 24 go? What's up with my abilities? Oh no, I'm leaving. How did I end up with such a stubborn fool like you? Just die, you idiot. Are you saying you froze your brain on Changbai Mountain? I don't know what we're doing here. You forgot the important matter because of your stutter. That little white-haired kid might have already gotten it. If you don't hurry to find them, they'll be fighting over the food. How old are you that you still can't tell the difference between a light and a heavy machine? Isn't this an official? Can't you be a little more restrained in the Northeast? What does a gentleman have to complain about you for? Hurry down and transform into a human form and keep a low profile. Understood? General, and was scolded harshly by the tiger mother. You always make me feel like a fool. You never think about why I avoid going home and stay away from you. I won't argue with you now since there's something important at hand. Once I finish my business, I will go to Hu San Tai and Tai Nai Nai to apply for a divorce." He then slowly landed on the ground and said, "Is it okay? Stop arguing and hurry to find it. We must not let that little leader succeed. No way. General, is this what your true form looks like? It's my first time seeing this. Yes, our family's pride doesn't like to show off. I just took a glance and was deeply captivated by him." Seeing this, Xingziazi said that the boss really doesn't want to disturb your enjoyment, but we still need to hurry to catch Uncle Long. At this moment, Mu Yu Tian also agreed. "Can you hear us talking tighter, Mom?" At this moment, General Meng said what everyone was thinking. "Time is tight. Hurry up and take care of that little white-haired one. I still need to settle the score with that grave robber." Hearing this, the tiger mother nodded vigorously and said, "Aha! Jianjiao, you say what to do, and we will do it. How dare you provoke under my watch the mighty Tianjiao? I won't let this go." The steward thanked the regent. "If it weren't for your timely rescue, the old servant, by now it's probably turned into a puddle of snake dung. The chief steward need not be polite. This king did not personally come to your rescue. So you should thank not this king. You should thank this person, Wami Da Chanshi." After the chief steward thanked the great Zen master, he thought to himself, "Why did the regent personally come to Shenhaeguin? Is it possible that the Jiaminku tunnel at Shenhaeguin secretly houses the dragon tree? Those who cultivate the dragon tree can become the wings of a dragon among men, or a prominent figure in a certain field. Just now, someone from the beggars' sect in Hebei spoke. It seems that Zio Bai Mao had the elders guard the entrance in advance, attract the opponent's attention, then sneak out the back door to get the dragon tree. It's impossible to tell which direction he went. The three elders should not be far away. How about I go out and catch one to interrogate? Forget it, it's useless, since he secretly went without the elders. They definitely won't reveal the location of the dragon tree to them in advance. So capturing them won't yield any answers and will only waste time. Hearing this little brat say that move like this, that means there are no leads. How can this be resolved? Xingziazi also fits the criteria right. Now only the bricks and tiles here know where he has gone. Then we can't ask them any more. Yes, you can't ask the brick either. Xingziazi gave a good reminder. Let's just ask these bricks and tiles. After receiving the phone call, at the gathering they brought Mu Zioxi and Ding Shanshan to the Jiaminku tunnel. At that moment, Mu Zioxi asked why Mu Daxia had summoned her at such an important time. "If there's anything you need, please command me, and I will do my best to assist you." After finishing, the little girl still wants to catch up on her sleep. Hearing this, Mu Yutian touched his head and said, "Young hero Mu, please don't talk nonsense for now. It's urgent. Hurry up and stay focused. It's all up to you. What matters are beyond even Dad and General Heishui's capabilities. I can do it. Yes, irreplaceable. Aren't you making friends with the 10 spirits of the world in Lionji Town? Now the only ones who know the whereabouts of Zio Bai Mao are these stones. Zio Zai, communicate with them and ask for clues. We must immediately go destroy Bai Mao's dragon-making spell. What? The art of dragon crafting has actually fallen into that guy's hands. All right. I will communicate with the 10 spirits now. Respected spirit of 10. Your friend Muzioxi has something to ask. Please show yourself quickly. Only scattered stones slowly rise from the ground between the knees, gradually piled on top of each other. Meanwhile, a voice came through, understanding our good friend. "I'm so glad you remembered us. You should ask the little helper to get the dragon crafting technique. Finding me is the right choice." So impressive. I haven't said anything yet, and you already know everything. Hey, that is nature. We stones are everywhere, and the oldest. There is nothing in this world that we cannot see. It's just that no one takes us seriously. So that's how it is. You have existed since ancient times, silently observing everything in this world. Then please guide us. Thank you. Zai o zai, no need to be polite. We are friends after all. I heard everything you just said. The little leader is currently located directly north with a slight tilt to the west. There is a water-based Great Wall called Jeyumenku. This Great Wall spans both sides of the river with mountains. Walk along the edge of the mountain to the west. Not far away, you can see the entrance to a tunnel. This is the place where Wu Sangui hid his troops back then. The dragon-making technique was sealed beneath. The iron weapons he left behind at Guanning have now transformed into demonic soldiers. Extremely dangerous. Everyone should exercise great caution on this journey. The Qing forces, led by the cunning Zhuan, were eyeing the downfall of the Ming dynasty beyond the pass. Wu Sangui, unsure of where to go, ultimately used dragon forging to claim the throne. In the early 17th year of Chang'an, Lai Zicheng's Dajian army marched straight towards the capital. The Ming dynasty is facing collapse. During this time, the Ming court issued a decree. Wu Sangui received the imperial decree and led his troops to Shenhaiguan, then proceeded westward to the capital. 3 days later, Wu Sangui's troops arrived at Yushan, which is now the Tangshan area of Hebei province. After the capital fell, it re-established itself. Wu Sangui led his troops back to Shanhai Pass. Facing the fall of the Ming dynasty, the Qing forces outside the borders are also eyeing closely. The mountains and rivers are shattered. The emperor sacrifices his life for the nation. A nation of one. Wu Sangui harbored thoughts of becoming emperor. Since the true dragon trusts Bijou, Lai, and Azenjioro's surnames, why can't one have the surname Wu? The great changes in the world ignited Wu Sangui's ambition. He used the family heirloom secret treasure to perform dragon conjuring. After that, he sealed the dragon-making technique at the 9 gates. It began his second rebellion in the latter half of Sangui's life. Regardless of how it happened, Wu Sangui indeed became emperor through the power of dragon-making techniques. He also sealed the dragon creation technique here, which was recorded by the King royal priest in a secret society. However, the Guanning Iron Cavalry left behind that year is still following their commander's orders to this day, guarding the treasure. That was the barrier set up by Wu Sangui and Sanmo back in the day. You cannot enter here without following the regulations. So your search is completely useless. Hearing the reckless general say, he. I didn't expect your vitality to be so resilient. It's been so long, and yet I, Wu Bei, still haven't absorbed it. You want me to spill everything, right? At this moment, the chief steward in General Meng's belly said, That's right. General, everyone, the old servant is willing to assist you. If you all don't mind, I am willing to stand by your side. Just want to survive and be a normal person. Hey, does it sound good? What do you all think? Let him go or not? Hearing this, the old tiger mother said cheerfully, All depends on the heavens. Seeing my boss say this, the other 6 also stiffened up. At this moment, Mu Yueshin said, I think we should give him a chance. This tunnel is only about 1 kilometer long, but we've already gone back and forth several times. By now, nothing has been discovered. Delaying further will definitely cause issues. Yeah. Moreover, Link showed no response when trying to communicate in the cave. It was probably when the boundaries were not strict that all the spirits here were expelled. General, spit out that eunuch. With our line-up, we have nothing to fear. Being too fat is not good for your digestion, either. Hearing the General Meng say it correctly. I never liked greasy food. It feels indigestible when I swallow it. Throwing up is a 2-for-1 deal. Tian Jiao Jij, please take it slow. If you throw up, it will make you feel bad and others will worry about you. And stop with this act. Soon it won't be you anymore. The sound of General Mang's vomiting echoed through the secret passage by the wine entrance. I vomited for a long time, but couldn't bring out the chief steward. Seeing this, Mu Yutian asked, General, are you all right? Slow down. Don't break it. Meanwhile, the tiger mother leaped and said, Too slow. Losing weight is harder than downloading. I'll come help you. Suddenly, the tiger mother kicked General Mang in the stomach. The way that the tiger mom spoke left everyone speechless. It seems that the tiger mother's attitude towards the general entirely depends on his looks. The handsome uncle in front of me is the doppelganger of the chief eunuch of the Qing dynasty, and he planned to be a real man in modern times after learning from the Dragon Palace. On a dark and windy night, a giant python quickly slithered past the entrance of the tavern. At this moment, he looked at the entrance and asked the chief steward who had left when the big cicada was scraped away, Is this the place? The chief steward told him this is the place. The regent then asked, Is the dragon tree in that tunnel? The chief steward replied, That's right, but there is a barrier inside. How can it be obtained? Return of the regent. According to the secret archives, only the Guaning ironworks stationed at the barrier can open it from the inside. The guards were all magically transformed into zombies, responding only to Wu Sangwe's summons. No one else can make them open the barrier. Thus, it is impossible to obtain the dragon tree. Is that right? Wu Sangwe has been dead for 100 years. Isn't the barrier inside forever sealed? Regent, please remain calm. Indeed, as you said. But there are still ways. Quick, what method? At this moment, the chief steward was stammering and couldn't explain anything clearly. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mu Yueshan spoke to the chief steward just spat out by General Mang. Just tell me what method you have. Are you even sincere or just dragging things out? Hearing the chief steward of this area say, Of course I have sincerity and will definitely speak. But can you all at least get some clothes on first? I just lost the half of my clothes in the general's belly. Seeing this, a few of them finally reacted, their heads bleeding. At that moment, Mu Yueshan asked the 7 sages who had the ability to quickly prepare a set of clothes for him. At this moment, Yang Lazy said, I can spit out 4 to make him a set of clothes. Great. Then please trouble Yang Lazy to cover him as thoroughly as possible. At this moment, Yang Lazy said, Chief Steward, wait for me over there. I will help you return to your original state soon. At this moment, the tiger mother behind was asking General Meng alone like a little bird. Hello, baby Jiao Jiao, are you feeling better? It's clear that General Meng is feeling quite distressed at the moment. Hearing Yang Lazy's words, the chief steward said, No, I don't want to go back to the way things were. I've had enough of wearing that eunuch's outfit. Please help me get some fashionable modern clothes. Thank you. Meanwhile, on the other side, the regent said to the departing chief steward, who was as unyielding as a cicada, Bold dog servant, this King Lai Ko's regency, even I cannot disclose. Wan Zaimu. This is a top secret of the palace, without the Empress Dowager's will. I wouldn't dare to say that my humble servant. HMPH, are you saying that King Yu doesn't want this king to know? Your Highness, please don't overthink it. Old servant only knows the seeds of filial piety. As long as the prince has the Empress Dowager's will, this old servant will inform immediately without concealment. I hope the regent can understand this old servant. I rely on you, you stubborn fool. With time so tight, are you not afraid that the treasure will be taken by someone else while you stubbornly stick to the rules? Hearing the chief steward say, old servant humbly requests the regent. Immediately request the Empress Dowager's decree to avoid missing any opportunities for battle. Connecting with the Empress Dowager using your divine power is just a snap of your fingers. Additionally, the time is not as urgent as you think. We still have at least 7 days. The old servant speaks of this only as a breach of secrecy. I ask the regent lord to quickly issue an order. Hearing this, the regent wished he could bite off his own sharp teeth. Immediately, he became furious. You damn dog slave! This king asks you once again, how is the dragon-making technique obtained? What was the deal with those 7 days? On the other side of the secret passage, the Grand Commander spat out by General Ming said, even if that young leader were to obtain the dragon-making technique now, he would use it immediately. It will take 7 days to complete. So we have enough time to enter the barrier and destroy it. Hearing this, Mu Yu said that time was rather abundant. But how can one enter the barrier? I kindly asked the steward for guidance. This is natural, but I am no longer the eunuch of the esteemed lord. From now on, don't call me the steward any more. Please teach me, Mr. Yu. From now on, I officially bid farewell to the Qing dynasty. Join the era and be a modern person. As for entering the barrier, to understand the spirit, one must reach the spirit's person. As long as Wu Sangui is invited, we can enter the barrier. Inside the barrier of the Jiaminku tunnel at Shenhaiguan. Surprisingly, there lived a subordinate of Wu Sangui from back then. But at this moment, they were no longer living beings. The assistant is here only to protect the dragon crafting technique. At this moment, inside the Jiaminku tunnel barrier, a deafening sound echoed through the air. Salute the general. At this moment, it is Wan San Sha and the little leader. Already entered the Jiaminku tunnel barrier. In front, Guan Lai Hong was still walking. Wu Sangui's transformation into a phantom. At this moment, the young leader looked at the black mist imprinted with names. Stared blankly for a long time. What happened to the young leader of the Red Stripe gang in the mountains? Why aren't you leaving? After a long while, the little leader finally reacted. He replied softly, "It's nothing. Sorry, I just zoned out for a moment. Let's keep walking." The little helper at the table asked, "I didn't expect this barrier to be so large. Truly impressive. It was all done by the 3 seniors." Shan Lihong said it's not entirely true. At that time, Wu Sangui sought out many extraordinary individuals. Built together with a shared vision. Walked around for a while during the banquet. Shan Lihong pointed at the city tower ahead. "We are almost there. Leader, please look at the city tower ahead. There is a door that leads into the inner boundary. The art of dragon creation is placed inside. But I am a bit worried that the inner guards are different from the outer ones. They are not mindless zombies. Yes, I don't even know I'm sitting here as an imposter. Can it be deceived? Give it a try. Anyway, I'm already inside. If it really doesn't work, just force your way in." Hearing the little leader ask, "Who was responsible for the inner layer back then?" Sansha then told him, "It's been so long that I can't remember clearly. It seems to be called Muzian. I don't know who this witch invited at that time. Which ghost is guarding inside?" On the other side, Mu Yu Tian has won. Huh? Ding Shanshan and the other person exclaimed in surprise. What? Wu Yizhu. That's right. It is Wu Yizhu. We found him. Then we can smoothly enter the barrier. This kid has backing from the King Yuki. Wu Sangwi's 8-character illusory spirit seal. King Yu has also been summoned by him. The soul of Wu Sangui. Your Mu family is also shaman. For this summoning technique, it should also be easy to handle. Yes, the 8 characters summoning is indeed something you can just pick up and use. Just go and get it now. Where's that little rascal? I know. He is building a roof. But he is building. Hearing this, Grandma Mu Zioxy said, That's right. After that kid attacked his uncle's house, the deputy manager pretending to be you cleared the muddy pond. Later, when we arrived, he discovered that Elder Lu from the Gaibang was involved. Picked up. What? This little beast has attacked the old home. Got it. It seems to depend on how you look at it. They must catch him. I will contact my friend from the Gaibang right away. I thought, no way. There's no signal at all in here. Subsequently, Mu Yueshan divided the troops into 2 routes. He only said, Zio Zai and Shan Shan went out with me to find Wu Yizhu. The 7 sages and Mr. Yu are at the guarding the tree tunnel. Both sides have exits, in case they leave. Everyone expressed that there were no issues with this. Bope, let's act without delay. I said tighter Mon. I am truly sorry. The general must act with us. Please lend him to me first. Once everything is over. You may do as you please. I won't interfere. Sorry. Then please make sure to stay safe. Jayo, Jayo. Be careful with everything. You must not get hurt. Is it bad? Oh no, oh no. On the other side, the regent spoke to the Grand Chancellor in her belly. Why are you still unwilling to speak? Hearing the chief steward in my belly say, Your Highness. Don't bother. The old servant points to Empress Dowager Sayazhong as the Empress Dowager. At that moment, the regent said, All right. This king admires your loyalty. You will be digested in less than an hour. It's up to me to find a solution. Thandad, the gang leader is unemployed. According to records, Confucius encountered a heavy rainstorm while traveling. After finishing the rations they carried, the disciples went around begging for food. In the end, only the little beggar Fan Dan had any food left. After Confucius personally visited, Fan Dan stepped in to help. It is said that in ancient times, scholars in the city would always help beggars. Fan Dan is also respectfully referred to as the founder of the gang. At this moment, Mu Yueshan and his friend Qin Fei Peng arrived outside the help center. Qin Fei Peng told Mu Yueshan, This is where our local headquarters is located. I heard they actually caught a little chubby boy and locked him up here, but I'm not sure if it's what you're looking for. However, on the moonlit night, there is something I must remind you. The elders believed the leader was dead. It is very likely that the leader gathered here to help. We'd better not have a direct conflict with them. And I said, Fei Peng, after all these years, you really haven't changed at all, still so cautious. Can those 3 elders who only know how to run away still help us? Yu Tian, you haven't changed at all. Still so brave. Those 3 elders are not cowardly or incompetent, but rather they hope the leader will be killed so they can take his place. There are many experts in the helper community who are much more skilled than them. What if they call for us? Hearing this, Mu Zioxy's grandmother said that the leader Qin was not wrong. Our top priority right now is to get the people out. What if we get entangled with them and lose sight of our main purpose? Mu Yueshan's meaning is to break through to the tranquil state. Mu Zioxi's grandmother said lightly twice. It is a song. During the gathering, Qin Fei Peng arrived at the beggar's sect house. The three elders sat lazily on the ground. Suddenly, Qin Fei Peng spoke up at last. I found you all. I searched everywhere and finally found you all. Three elders. The ground has been uneven lately. Why didn't you instruct me to find some disciples to guard you? Isn't Fei Peng being treated like an outsider? What does the Qin leader mean? We just arrived, too. Shanhaguan is the territory of the Qin helmsman. I didn't expect you to be so bold with your words. A leader is not an ordinary person. Aren't you afraid he might suddenly return if he isn't dead after all? Elder Zhu echoed that even if Chief Zhu is no longer around. It doesn't mean that your actions of pocketing the guild fees as the Qin leader are over. Elders, it's not like that. After Zhu Bangju took office, the series of new rules he implemented caused a sharp decline in income for those below. It's not that I'm hoarding it, I just can't gather enough. All right, all right. Why are you two scaring them? I know without needing an explanation, Captain Qin. Since he became the leader, he has banned our population trade, and that's that. Even the scalpers at the tourist station. Tamo, dining in the store has been prohibited. The disciples below can only beg and sell fortune-telling. How could such a branch possibly pay the tribute? Yes, many of the gang members have already left the beggars' sect to find proper jobs. If this continues, the beggars' sect will be scattered. Then wouldn't we elders become the commanders of light? That kid is dead now. We can dominate Shijing again. I think Captain Qin's suggestion is great. We need to choose someone to lead and reorganize the beggars' sect. The other two also stood firm. Seeing this, Qin Fei Peng signaled the three elders to discuss at the dinner table. As the three elders and Qin Fei Peng left, Mu Yueshan walked in right after. He inserted 3 incense sticks into the incense burner. Today, I regrettably trespassed into your territory. I apologize for any unintended offense. Please forgive me, ancestor. If the ancestors are watching from above, please restrain your disciples and descendants. They have long strayed from the path and insulted the way. Human trafficking, to the point of desperate begging, abandoning the path and ceasing to eat, stealing chickens and sneaking around. Through cunning and brutality, they commit all sorts of evil, even touching our cultivation realm. It is no longer the chivalrous land that helps those in peril. Such methods are commonplace. Of course, this kid is no good. The beggars' sect has also harmed many innocents. Now the younger generation will take this person away and won't disturb the ancestor. After a while, he asked unintentionally, Monsieur, I really didn't expect you to come and save me. Mu Yu Qian then said, to hell with you. I want to kill you even more than they do. They'll settle the score with you later. At that moment, a voice was heard coming from the incense burner. Mu Daxia took our beggar clan's belongings. Are we just leaving like this? The old man before me turned out to be the founding master of the beggars' sect. He quickly subdued the powerful General Meng, leaving him unable to move. Just now, Mu Yueshan looked at the old ancestor of the beggars' gang and said, I never expected that the ancestor would reveal themselves. I wonder what guidance you have for me. None, people. Even the revered saints show respect to the old and frail. Is your ability to act like this unceasing? Seeing this tree, the moon, and the dark sky, I secretly thought about the immense power. He immediately spoke up. The younger generation has strength, but there is a reason for this. Please forgive me, ancestor. It's not hard to take this person away, but you must answer the old man's question correctly. Okay. Master, please enlighten me. What comes more, what comes less? What brings joy and what brings annoyance? Only if you answer correctly can you take him away. What if I answer incorrectly? If you answer incorrectly, then you won't be able to leave either." Hearing this, Mu Yueshan silently thought, "Well, this old monster, what is more and what is less? What brings joy and what causes anger? Strange questions. It's a riddle. Menj, give it a try. If it comes to it, I'll fight you." Then he spoke to General Meng again. "General, if it doesn't work in a while, let's rush outside." Hearing the fierce general say, "Mu Yu Tian, this old guy's cultivation level is that of a celestial being, far beyond our capability to contend with. If you answer the question incorrectly, I exerted all my strength to support him for a moment. You hurry and run." At this moment, the leader of the beggars' clan, Zhu Shifandan, said, "What are you thinking? My patience is wearing thin." At that moment, Mu Yu Tian did not respond to him, but silently thought to himself, "Dennett, I've never been this nervous in my life. Is this deep-seated fear a result of the overwhelming strength of the other party? Is this the majesty of the divine?" Giant Mu Yu Tian hesitated to respond. The elder of the beggars' sect said to the young man, "You can't answer that, can you? Then don't blame the old man. Meanwhile, the beggars' sect elder is about to take action." Mu Yu Tian hurriedly said a word from his mouth. "There are many poor people, but few rich ones. Fortune brings joy, while poverty keeps one busy." Hearing this, the old ancestor of the beggar clan chuckled and replied, "Not bad." Upon hearing this, Mu Yueshan excitedly said, "So that means I can take someone with me now." "No, you answered incorrectly. What do you want?" "Let go of me, you old man." "Young people, you are arrogant and alone in the spotlight. Today I will let you know what it means that there is always someone better out there." At that moment, General Mang approached the elder of the beggars' sect and spoke. "Old man, what kind of hero bullies the weak? I will meet you in the sky. A mere little brat dares to be impudent with the ancestor. The elder wants you to understand the seriousness." Yulio then saw the silver needle in the hand of the beggar sect's ancestor. At this moment, a slender red line has taken shape. General Mang of the Bayan dynasty attacked. When the red line came before me, General Mang was puzzled about what this was. In a moment they were trapped. Seeing this, Guy Banglau quickly put away the silver needle. He then swung down fiercely towards the ground. A silver needle suddenly pierced the ground. At this moment, Mu Yueshan and General Mang were completely immobilized. Then the old ancestor of the Gai Bang said, "Winners take all. Please close your eyes." At that moment, Mu Zaiaxi and the others also arrived. Seeing this, Mu Yueshan said, "Don't come over. Hurry and leave. The beautiful girl before me was the imperial cat from the palace years ago. Now she must help Mu Zaiaxi from the shaman family to deal with this ancient Gaibang ancestor who has been around for thousands of years." Just now, Mu Zaiaxi said, "Wu Zayin, General Zilin and Lion Huabazi, everyone, let's go together. Take Dad and the General away." Hearing this, Mu Zaiaxi's grandmother stopped her. "Don't listen to this child, everyone. Don't come out." Then he addressed the ancestor of the Gai gang, saying, "Esteemed elder, I don't know how my son has offended you. Please spare him. I apologize for this. Feel free to state any conditions for releasing the person, senior. Take a look. Your son has already lost his life to an old man if you wish to let go. He must have someone sacrifice their life in exchange. I am already in the twilight years of my life. I would gladly exchange my life for the sake of Quan Zai. If possible, please let my son go." how to handle my Western Hall's esteemed temple. I see you are no ordinary person. Experience exceeds him. The taste of the soul is definitely better than his. The elderly have the deepest experiences of life. A youthful life without deep connections. Okay, Dale, come here with your soul. Seeing this, Mu Zioxi ran to her grandmother and said, Grandma, there is no reason to sacrifice the elderly in this situation. Isn't it often said that debt can lead to growth? Old scoundrel, let my dad go, don't touch my grandma. If you want to eat, then eat my living soul. But before that, I would like to experience your exceptional skills, master. Sigh, oh sigh. Don't act recklessly. We are too far apart from him. I know. But grandma, do you think I can just watch him consume your soul? I would rather die in battle to protect my loved ones. I don't want to live my life like a coward, trapped in guilt. You pointed at the leader of the beggars' sect. I know you have thousands of years of cultivation, but you only distinguish between big and small matters without a shred of good intention. I am a descendant of the Mu family and will never bow to your tyranny, although I know that the power is worlds apart from you. But I still want to challenge you. Hey, just based on your little concerns. I will release him immediately, if you can't do it. Today, all the living souls and spirits present must fulfill the old man's wishes. Sigh, oh sigh. This old demoness Tong Ziok, our strength can't harm her at all. So we decided to concentrate everyone's spiritual energy, all injected into your body. Though our cultivation is low, if gathered in one body, perhaps there is hope. Gathering feathers to build courage. Your cultivation level has only increased by a few hundred years. How to harm the nearly 3,000-year-old Dharmakaya? With your insignificant spirit, you think you can become my concern. You can consider it a great fortune for you all. At that moment, the voice of Hua Sangu could be heard. Old demon, immortal, do not be complacent. With my spiritual power added, it will be different. This little girl not only concentrates people's spiritual energy, but also acts as a shaman. The ancient shaman goddess Duo Kuo Kuo confronts the beggar gang's ancestor Fan Dan. Just now, everyone poured their spiritual energy into the tomb raider Zio Zai. At that moment, she found it difficult to concentrate her spiritual energy. Droplets form circles, grains of sand build a tower. Such powerful magic will emerge. I must use it to defeat Fan Dan Leazu. Definitely. Seeing this, the ancestor of the beggars' sect said, Dal, I never expected these little fairies to trust you so much. At this moment, if you claim these spiritual powers as your own, you can instantly become an immortal. HMPH. Not everyone is as despicable as you, so get ready to face the consequences. All right. Old Zio Dao wants to see how you can injure me with this mere 1,000-year-old magic. Seeing this, Mu Zioxi's grandmother said that while this power is strong, it definitely cannot hurt her. Zio Zai, you are too headstrong. Once our souls are consumed by her, we won't even have the chance to seek jobs in the underworld. Mu Yu Chan also agreed with Zio Zai. You did well, but this time you're definitely going to lose. Are we all going to perish here today? At this moment, Mu Zioxi did not respond to them. He spoke to the old ancestor of the beggars' sect before him. I apologize for offending you, esteemed elder Fan Dan, heaven above, earth below. Today, the descendants of the Mu family are in trouble, and Mu Zioxi calls upon the 1,000-year spiritual power to connect with nature. Seeing this, the leader of the Better clan laughed and said, Do you think you can use this to hurt me? I'm afraid I might be outdated before even getting promoted. Release your 1,000 years of spiritual power. Doll. Meanwhile, Muzioxi murmured, "Heaven above, earth below. Please allow me to use this spiritual power. Transform into a powerful shamanic ancient spirit." Seeing this, the elder of the beggars' sect exclaimed, "What the heck? Could it be that this child wants to use that spiritual power to attack me?" At the same time, Muzioxi's grandmother suddenly realized and said, "It turns out that Zai didn't intend to use this power to attack, but to transform this millennium of spiritual energy into a powerful shamanic ancient force. She just wanted to use it to summon the spirits of nature." At this moment, Muzioxi threw out a bowl of spiritual energy she had in her hand. "Great nature, I sincerely pray to you. If you can help me today, Muzioxi is willing to spend a lifetime defending your principles." Suddenly, there was a loud rumble. A bone club slowly descended. Suddenly, Muzioxi held it in her hand and secretly rejoiced. Succeeded. Seeing this situation, Gai Bang's ancestor mocked after a long struggle. "Is it just this big bone? No matter how you change, your power is still limited. It's just a dying struggle." Hearing this, Muzioxi said, "Fan Dan Leazu, although you have several 1,000 years of cultivation, possessing the power to crush the vast majority of cultivators in the world, but in the face of nature, what do thousands of years of magic amount to?" Yuo heard a thunderous roar. The house of Gai Bang was blown to pieces by a powerful force. Looking at the figure emerging from this force, "What is that covering the sky?" Gai Bang's ancestor. "Have you heard of the shamanic soul retrieval?" The shaman from the Mu family was actually able to summon the soul of Wu Sengui. The figure of the shaman goddess Duo Kyuok in mid-air said, "My shamanism is the oldest belief of humanity. It is the communication between humanity and nature, since you created various religions and your own gods. It has been a long, long time since anyone has prayed to nature for me." Seeing this, Muzioxi knelt down and said, "The great master's disciple greets your presence. May your great divine power uphold justice against the—" At this moment, the elder of the Gebang exclaimed in alarm and took a few steps back, saying, "This is the spirit of ancient times. I didn't expect this child to utilize those spiritual powers in such a way. It seems today I will suffer a loss. Is my cultivation really this poor? Can you not resist the forces of nature?" Seeing Gai Bang Lao Zu knocked to the ground with a single palm, Mu Yueshan exclaimed, "That's great. The old man's spell was broken. I humbly thank the shaman goddess. You were the one who eliminated old ancestor Fan Dan, right?" "No, no. I did not eliminate him. I couldn't do it. He is the god of beggars in the mortal realm. As long as there are beggars in the world, he will not die. The gods of humanity will only perish due to the loss of their disciples' faith, and will not die from external harm, because God exists within the spirit of the living believers. So I can only destroy his avatar to help you out. But for the gods, losing an avatar is merely a loss of some faith power. As long as there are people who believe in him, he will always exist and will reshape his true form to return. But this will take a long time. He can only exist in the moment. It won't cause you any substantial harm, so there's no need to worry." Upon hearing this little play, it was said, "Great deity, today, thanks to you for saving us, but my abilities are limited. What can I do to repay your life-saving grace? Chad, did you not already promise me to uphold the laws of nature? From now on, you shall take this as your responsibility to report on me. Take the time to comprehend the laws of nature in each of your experiences. Now nature desperately needs a medium to communicate with humanity. Child, practice diligently. Don't forget your promise. At this moment, Mu Zioxi still doesn't know what the promise made to the nature deity means. For this reason, he will dedicate his entire life to nature. After some commotion, everyone took a moment to catch their breath. Unintentionally, I arrived at the mountains and woods near Jiuminku. 10 days have passed, and it has turned dark again. At that moment, Mu Zaiozai looked at Wu Yizhu in front of her and said, "I didn't expect you to be harmed like this by the beggars' sect, although I hate you seeing you like this now. Wu Yizhu, I advised you long ago not to get involved, but you wouldn't listen. What are you still dreaming of being a general? The world of the Jianghu in the spirit realm is not a place for you to mix in. I'm just unlucky heaven isn't kind to me. All right, let's not talk about useless things for now. Yutan, Pariha, we have already delayed.